Massive embarrassment for the Congress court has ordered a floor test for the Goa Assembly on Thursday and cleared the decks for Manohar Parrikar to be sworn in as Chief Minister. Parrikar will be sworn in as Goa's Chief Minister in the next half an hour. The Supreme Court order comes close on the heels of a hearing on the Congress party petition against the BJP being invited to form the government in Goa, despite the Congress being the single largest party. The Congress claimed they are in a position to form the government in Goa. The Congress claimed they had state claim on the 12th itself, but the governor ignored their numbers.
BJP is saying we have the numbers. Congress is saying we don't have the numbers, but give an opportunity to become government, then we will mobilize the members. We have mobilized the members and went to governor. They are saying we don't have the numbers, but you make us Chief Minister, then we will get the numbers. And they go to Supreme Court of India also. The government led by Sri Manohar Parrikar is ready to prove its majority on the floor of the House.
Now, Muhammad Khan is the spokesperson for the Congress party. He joins me. RP Singh is the spokesperson for the BJP with me, and Kapil Sankla is a constitutional expert. Now, they'll tell us about what's the situation on ground and what the constitution says. But before that, I want to cut across to India Today's Shiv Arur to crunch the numbers. It's a 40-member assembly. The one who has 21 wins. Shiv, take it away.
Well, that floor test that has been ordered by the Supreme Court, that's going to take place at 11 a.m. the day after tomorrow, is something where the Congress and the BJP will have to prove their numbers. But at this stage, as you can see, the halfway mark is 20. The Saffron Alliance, led by the BJP with 13, has 22 seats in its kitty right now. So they are obviously at an advantage. It's a bit of a precarious number, but 22 seems pretty healthy going into that floor test. The Congress, on the other hand, which had belatedly been celebrating winning Goa, well, that's the situation. They're also tantalizingly near, but from the other end, they've got only 18 seats. Of course, the Congress itself has 17 of those seats. So at this point of time, still pretty tight. The Supreme Court has refused to stay the swearing in of Manohar Parrikar. It's still very, very close. But going into that floor test, the BJP has the advantage.
And in about 25 minutes from now, Manohar Parrikar will be sworn in as the Chief Minister of Goa. The Congress being accused of being lazy or sleepy. The Congress went to the Supreme Court, but was it too late? Tell me this, Muhammad Khan, was the Congress too late? Because Justice Kehar also said, you don't have the numbers, that is why you didn't claim to form the government.
Right. First of all, Gaurav, you began by describing the decision of the Supreme Court as an embarrassment. I respectfully disagree. It's a vindication of exactly what we've been saying. Look at it this way. The governor did not do her duty. The Supreme Court steps in. It tells her 48 hours, carry out a floor test. That is what we wanted, and that is what the Supreme Court gave us. Now, here's the problem, Gaurav. These people who are being commended for having acted in this deceitful manner in the dead of the night and having strung together these MLAs through all means necessary, this is an embarrassment. These are people who don't have the popular mandate. These are people who've been rejected by the public at large. These are people who knew they would never form the government otherwise, and therefore they had to resort to all of this.
RP Singh, respond to this. Respond to this. In late at night, the Congress alleges through deceit, through horse trading, you've cobbled the numbers because Congress with 17 is single largest party, BJP with 13, according to the Congress, was rejected by the voters.
I appreciate if he doesn't intervene now. They had all the opportunity to do the same. If they, for once I can accept this, okay, although it never happened. But they had all this opportunity. Now their MLAs are raising question toward their observer Digvijay saying that he was sleepy, he didn't turn up fast. They couldn't announce a Chief Minister candidate. Never said anything else.
Sir, we don't have any complaints
give me minutes. Don't do this, please.
Directed at you.
Don't do this. Don't murder this debate. I mean, you talk one. Don't at least allow me to complete. And also,
so
we had
4% incorrect. I'll be compelled to step in.
Sir, I didn't stop you. You said so many
things. Let's maintain decorum on the show. When you were speaking, he didn't intervene.
Spewed so much of lies. Did I stop you even once? I didn't stop you even once.
Go ahead,
you spewed so much of lies. So hear me out, sir. You don't have majority in the House. You don't have numbers with you.
Okay. Now, the allegation that the Congress didn't have a leader, and that is what is the allegation that's being leveled against you, that there were so many chief ministerial candidates that they kept fighting and the BJP stole a march.
You know, I have never been able to understand this. Where Rahul ji gives complete autonomy to leaders in the states, as in Punjab or Uttarakhand, you suddenly laud his decision in that regard. When he gives the same degree of autonomy to the leaders of Goa, because he trusts them to decide for themselves which is the best course of action, you say, my God, the High Command should have intervened. Their High Command, Gaurav, flew down at 8 p.m. Every minister flew down. Gadkari Saab, Parrikar Saab resigned and flew down. They did not trust their local leadership to do what was necessary. They were desperate for power. They knew that the Congress is following a process which was in compliance and in sync with constitutional norms, and they did something which is wrong. And we should not commend them for that. We should condemn them for that.
No, but that is a Congress allegation that what the BJP is doing is wrong. But legally, constitutionally, morally, is what the BJP doing wrong, Mr. Sankla?
Well, as I just said, that in case of a hung assembly such as this, there are two roads that can be taken. One is the largest party. The second is the party with the largest number of MLAs. Now, this is exactly what has been done. And as you rightly said, the numbers had been paraded again and again. And Congress unfortunately could not even show its numbers in the pleadings before the Honorable Supreme Court. Thus led the Supreme Court to not give an injunction in favor of the Congress party. Now the situation is this, that the party with the highest number of elected candidates is going to prove its majority. And admit it might be a sticky wicket with the number being 21 out of 40. But I think what is right now is to understand that you can't keep flogging a dead horse. When the Honorable Supreme Court has been seized of the matter and has decided already, it is very unfortunate that we are going round and round and kind of trying to circumvent the Honorable Supreme Court's order in this matter.
Okay, respond to that. The Supreme Court has weighed in. The governor is seen as the best person to judge. The governor has weighed in. Now the Congress is complaining. So are you flogging a dead horse?
No, I think we've got what we wanted. Kapil Saab, it is not a question of us crying horse saying that hamare saath jo hua hai, galat hua hai. We are saying there is a process. There is the Sarkaria Commission which has submitted its report in 1988. There are conventions and practices. You as an eminent expert on the Constitution know that not everything is given in the Constitution. Some things are matters of interpretation, just like basic structure. And therefore, in this case, the only reason the BJP deviated from an established precedent or convention was because it suited their nefarious purpose. That is the argument we are making. We are glad we've been given the opportunity to prove our numbers on the floor. And we will do exactly that in 48 hours. But these people got the opportunity because I would argue the governor did not act in the way that we would have hoped would have been in sync with the Constitution. I don't want to cast aspersions on the office of the governor. Ms. Sinha has acted in a particular way, but that way is at variance with the way that other governors have acted in the case of, say, Manipur and Uttar Pradesh.
Respond to that, RP, saying Governor Mridula Sinha stands accused of working under pressure, and that is what the Congress party is actually saying it, that she was under pressure of central ministers to call in the BJP to form the government.
No way. Again I'm saying MGP was our alliance before even elections. Only in elections we fought against each other, but after elections is a natural alliance. They will never go with Congress. And I'm saying please on Thursday evening do call Mohammad Khan and both of us on the channel and let's have the answer there on that day.
Sir, Goa forward campaign against you. MGP was not your alliance partner. This is a false narrative you're constructing in retrospect. You can't alter reality to suit your preferences, RP, sir. At least admit the fact that you've been rejected by the public at large and you managed to hobble together a coalition at this late hour. Sir, we are the single largest party. We have 18 seats. You have 13 seats. Your chief minister lost. You have no moral claim.
Sir, we got 4% more vote than you. What moral claim are you talking about?
Sir, and if we have a first past the post system,
why did you prove the number to the Supreme Court?
If you measure yourself on that system, you have failed miserably. Please accept the will of the people instead of trying all of these insalubrious methods to come to power by some means or the other. Sir, आपको तीन बार पहले भी पकड़े जा चुके हैं. एक बार सुप्रीम कोर्ट आपकी डांट लगा चुका है, सर. अब तो बाज आ जाइए आप लोग.
आप आ जाइए, ये छोड़ दीजिए लोगों को बेवकूफ बनाना, ये सिंपैथी गेन करना छोड़िए.
हम लोग पावर के इतने भूखे नहीं है that we sacrifice constitutional principles to get to power. All we are arguing is please follow the constitution. You guys have undermined every autonomous institution in 3 years. Now,
You have
please
been
don't create
shooting the
precedents like this. When you say
position
that an
throughout.
established precedent is a convenience
What is the
that can be
precedent?
dispensed
What
with
is
at the
law?
governor's
What do
wish.
law say? This
No.
is law versus precedent. What do law say? The party which has the maximum number of MLAs.
That's what we are saying, sir. We have the maximum number of MLAs. In Manipur and Goa, you have 13, you have 5 less than
Sir,
us.
no.
To give you an indication.
Okay, do you have number to prove your majority? Do you have number to prove your majority?
Sir,
You may have 13, but does your 13 add to 20? You may have 17, but does it add to 21?
No way.
And that is what it didn't, according to the Supreme Court this morning.
well, the Supreme Court asked us questions. They asked us questions. You're right. They asked us. They said, "Will you produce the affidavits?" And we
Small,
said yes.
digression.
We said yes to the bench. We said we will produce them before the floor of the House. There were reasons why we did not want
No,
to
why
make
did
this a
you took
part
it
of
to
our
the Supreme
petition.
Court itself?
It is not. And
Okay,
Sankla sir, correct me
Mr.
if I'm
Sankla
wrong.
wants to come in.
It is not
Okay,
required.
gentlemen,
Why you are
gentlemen,
doing
my
this?
one request on the broadcast is do not speak over each other.
Khan sir.
This is not the channel. Do not speak over each other. Mr. Sankla, you go first. Then let's take it one by one, but no heckling, no speaking on top of each other. Go on, Mr. Sankla.
Khasa, with all due respect, one small point, because you actually raised a point that you would prove your majority. All that I was saying as a lawyer is this, that if we keep away the conduct of the elections or of the governor aside, the fact of the matter is that the pleadings did not even give a whisper of your majority, and therefore the Honorable Supreme Court was also constrained in the matter. So therefore, when we speak about your majority, as you do say so, as a lawyer, I would wonder why it does not bear so in the pleadings that you filed in the Honorable Supreme Court, sir. I mean, that is only a point as a lawyer that I wanted to put across.
Okay, respond to that.
Sankla sir, I think that's a very good question.
Haji Khan,
But
sir.
as you know, in a writ petition, we try to confine ourselves to the immediate pleadings. And this is a legal procedure point. There were various reasons why we did not want to put these letters as annexures. We came to the court with a prayer. We prayed to the court that, look, there is a precedent. Please enforce that precedent. Are we or are we not the single largest party? Can the governor give us the satisfaction of inviting us? Because she did not invite us, Sankla Sahab. She met with the BJP without an invitation and suddenly decided together that they have the numbers. हमसे तो पूछा ही नहीं, sir. That's why we're saying, give us
Mr.
the
Sankla,
opportunity.
for benefit of viewers who are joining us, is
But
the
fact
governor is the governor bound to call the single largest party, the single largest pre-poll coalition, or the single largest group that can parade numbers?
Well, that's one, the discretion of the governor in the matter. And as I was just saying, that the governor itself is bound not just by law, but the precedents that formulate the law and interpret the law. And as I was saying, and as I've already said, is that there are binding precedents. There are precedents, the Delhi case, the JMM case, etc., where the party with the largest number of MLAs were invited to form the government. And in this case, also to respond to Khan Sahab, is that yes, you had moved in a writ, but the law, the fact follows the law. And in this case, unfortunately, though you might have been legally very strong, but I think the facts were lacking to actually help you or help your case forward before the Honorable Supreme Court.
And is that why then you're saying that they're flogging a dead horse, even though they accuse the BJP of horse trading? And the other point is, other point is, 2005, 2002, 2013, there are several precedents. You talk of precedents, but Arun Jaitley says the Congress is complaining too much because the precedents are all in favor of what the governor has done now.
Right. You know, I find it very convenient that they draw attention to these three precedents without explaining the difference or without distinguishing them from what happened here. Gaurav, had we been invited and we had said, hum nahi prove kar sakte apne numbers, then they would have been right to go to the second largest party and ask this question. That is what happened in those other cases. The single largest party in a hung house was unable to prove its numbers. But what happened in this case, and this I urge anyone from the BJP to show me otherwise, in this case, the BJP ran from Delhi to the governor, closed door meetings without being invited, said we have the numbers, completely cut the single largest party out of the process. The governor, who should have known better and who should have invited us, didn't even bother to check and announced कि भैया इनकी तो swearing in है आज. That's why we were constrained to approach the Supreme Court. That's why the Supreme Court told the governor conduct a floor test. We have been vindicated, Gaurav. We have actually got what we wanted. And I promise RP Singh Saab, wait 48 hours Singh Saab, मौका दीजिए और देखिए हमारे आंकड़े हैं. और हकीकत में आंकड़े हैं, सच्चाई से बनाए हैं और कोई हॉर्स ट्रेडिंग नहीं की है। मिसाल होगी आपके लिए।
RP Singh Saab, you are laughing.
Yes, I am laughing.
Why are you
because-
laughing?
Yes, because he is not prepared to accept the precedent, neither is prepared to accept the law.
I think we have the numbers.
And had they the numbers, they could have presented to the court. And also, what happened in 2002? They didn't have the numbers. NC, they formed the government with NC. PDP had
Okay.
the 28 number. They had less numbers. Even then, they formed the government.
Okay.
They made the chief minister, then also chief minister.
Sir, let me
Didn't they
also
say-
put this
Sir, please,
question.
Sir, Khan Saab,
Okay.
थोड़ी जहमत करिए खान साहब, थोड़ी
मैं
जहमत
कुछ नहीं
करिए।
Okay, gentlemen, stay with me for a moment.
Sorry,
Lakshmikant
Gaurav,
Parsekar
Gaurav,
of the BJP joins us on the broadcast. Sir, the Congress party says you personally lost elections. The BJP won only 13, and yet the BJP is being called to form the government. This is murder of democracy, Mr. Parsekar.
Hello.
Ji, Mr. Parsekar, can you hear me?
Yes, see, it is the discretion of Honorable Governor, and Governor has to work within the Constitution. What is important for Governor is the magic figure of 21. The group which has the support of 21 or more will be invited. Congress, in spite of the fact that it was single largest party, she failed to put a claim for 2 to 3 days because they were after selection of their leaders. They were struggling for selection of leader only. They were quarreling, there were disputes. And therefore, why other smaller groups would opt to align themselves with Congress, which cannot finalize their own leader?
No, but Mr. Parsekar, that the Congress says is inner party democracy. They were taking their own sweet time to decide who their leader would be. But the BJP, despite not having the numbers, Mr. Parsekar, is rushing to form the government. It is, the Congress alleges that is murder of democracy.
No, not at all. Because Congress failed to find their leader, to decide their leader, the splinter group, the smaller group, opted for BJP.
Okay. No, but you know, the Congress's point is that you lost elections. The chief minister of BJP lost the elections. The party only got 13, and yet it's the central leadership that's helping the party, cobble together numbers to form the government. The governor should have invited the Congress party first, sir.
The Congress should have been in position to put their claim, which they failed to.
Okay.
That is
Sir,
the-
stay with me for a moment. Let's cut across and listen in to Defense Minister and Finance Minister Arun Jaitley.
दे दी और जब 40 में से 21 स्पष्ट बहुमत एक तरफ हो गया तो 17 को कैसे राज्यपाल बुला सकते थे? कांग्रेस पार्टी के 17 विधायकों ने तो ना अपना नेता चुना और न ही अपना कोई दावा पेश किया। जिसका दावा नहीं है, नेता नहीं है और सामने नेता भी है और एक बहुमत का दावा है और बहुमत स्थापित हुआ पत्रों के माध्यम से और पर्सनल अपीयरेंस के माध्यम से, तो राज्यपाल जी का यह कहना कि आप शपथ लीजिए और कुछ ही दिनों के अंदर अपना बहुमत साबित कीजिए, यह बिल्कुल स्पष्ट था। बहुत प्रेसिडेंट्स हैं इस देश में। झारखंड में भारतीय जनता पार्टी के 30 आए थे 80 में से 2005 में, लेकिन झारखंड मुक्ति मोर्चा के केवल 16 थे। उनको राज्यपाल ने बुला लिया क्योंकि उनका गठबंधन बड़ा था। सबसे बड़ी पार्टी 2002 में नेशनल कॉन्फ्रेंस थी जम्मू कश्मीर में, लेकिन विरोध कांग्रेस और पीडीपी का गठबंधन बाद में हुआ, वो बड़ा हो गया तो राज्यपाल ने उनको बुला लिया। दिल्ली में भारतीय जनता पार्टी के 2013 में आम आदमी पार्टी से ज्यादा थे, लेकिन क्योंकि कांग्रेस ने उनको समर्थन कर दिया तो उनका गठबंधन बड़ा हो गया। इसके तो कई पुराने उदाहरण हैं कि जब सबसे बड़ी पार्टी को नहीं बुलाते, और न बुलाने का कारण यह है कि वैकल्पिक गठबंधन जो है वो बहुमत अपना साबित कर देता है पत्रों के माध्यम से, और इसलिए उस वैकल्पिक गठबंधन को ही बुलाते हैं। इसलिए कांग्रेस पार्टी का इस पे इतराज करना एकदम बेबुनियाद है। The Congress party has been protesting that it should have been invited by the governor of Goa to have its leaders sworn in. But the Congress party has neither elected a leader nor has it till date made any claim before the governor of Goa. In a hung assembly, 21 out of 40 MLAs clearly extended support to Shri Manohar Parrikar, and the Congress party was left with only 17. Now, when there is a clear alliance of 21, which is a majority, who appeared in person before the governor and who have also given written letters of support, how could the governor invite a minority when there is a majority claim before him? There are several precedents. In 2005 in Jharkhand, the BJP was the largest single, but Jharkhand Mukti Morcha was invited. In 2002, the National Conference was the largest single, but the PDP was invited. In 2013 in Delhi, BJP was the largest single, but the Aam Aadmi Party was invited because majority MLAs by letters of support of other parties had extended support in their favor.